Hey, what's up guys, it's Liam from The Tech Show and welcome to another long-awaited video of another tech review. And yes, Happy New Year guys. I hope all of your guys 2018 will be great. And yeah, from my side it's been great and everything. Just started school and yeah, it's not been easy. I'm in grade 9 at the moment and honestly it is not simple at all. But anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess, sorry for the weird introduction. Today I want to talk about the iMac Pro. I'm sure all of you guys will know what it is if you like people who know a lot about Apple and everything. I'm telling you now, I was also kind of interested in seeing how this works. Maybe not the iMac Pro in particular, but we were all waiting probably for like an iMac Pro or a new professional desktop. People being like professional creators to do a bunch of other things and all that, which we'll get into. Now, I'm really happy also that the iMac Pros came out, and so the reason why I'm so happy with this iMac Pro is because we needed a new upgrade, you know, because like many people of course, people are obviously going to buy the iMac Pro for various reasons, and they're going to rather buy it over a typical iMac Pro, and the reason for that is because of like the new specs, alright? So we'll also let's rather first get into what is new about this thing, right? So obviously there's new space gray color that's like completely like space black and everything like that. The new keyboard with a new keypad, like calculator kind of style, new magic trackpad, new magic mouse, the iMac Pro, everything is pretty much now space gray, which looks really nice. I'm happy about it that they changed up the colors a little bit and they added a bit more, I don't know, like looks to it. And also, and the only reason you can also find out whether it's an iMac Pro is the performance. It's really those two things. They did kill the ventilation slot, or not the ventilation slot, the vent to get inside the iMac Pro to upgrade it. So it's non-upgradable, and it's really simple to just hate the iMac Pro just because it's non-upgradable and it's very expensive. And people are going to be like, what kind of professional desktop is not upgradable? Like, but in my opinion, I prefer it to not be upgradable because as what you guys can get, the available configurations for the iMac Pro, the base model is more than enough for any typical person. But now, let's get into the reason. The reason why people want to get the iMac Pro over like a regular iMac is because of the performance. If you're like some people out there, not like me, but a lot of other people that do like a lot of intense stuff on an iMac or a computer, like they do like a lot of pushing a lot of frames around, they do a lot of like high quality editing on different videos, a lot of Photoshop, a lot of color corrections on things, a lot of animations, a lot of motion, and a lot of video rendering and all those kind of things. It'll be a lot faster on especially an iMac Pro, or on an iMac Pro in particular, than over a regular iMac, whereas on an iMac or any computer or PC it would just choke it based on the specs. So like I'll try my best to on screen right now put on the available configurations for the different versions of the iMac Pro. If you want like maybe the 14 or the 18 core iMac Pro, you'll be probably getting it like later this year or like somewhere like in the middle of this year at the moment, because like so many people buying the highest ends right now. But if you want like the 8 core or the 10 core, those two are like the most basic ones and they're more than powerful enough, so you can get those like. You can probably get your hands on it if you go to any Apple store, you'll probably get it. But yeah, so obviously now there's no more NVIDIA or GeForce or any sort of like those kind of things, or even the CPU is no longer like GeForce or Intel. It's more like Radeon Vega GPUs. Like, of course now all these things are really expensive. Like the reason the iMac Pro is so expensive is because like a lot of the new specs that are added into the iMac Pro is no longer, or not no longer, they're completely new, so a lot of them aren't available any computer right now, PC or Mac. You can only get them in an iMac Pro, and you can get them for like 86,000 Rand if you really want to go for the highest end, right? Now, also, if you wanted the highest you can get is 128 gigs of RAM if you're looking for the highest configuration. 128 gigs of RAM, that is absolutely insane. But obviously you guys know like Final Cut Pro, the editing software for Apple on iMacs, a lot of other things that you would do that's graphic intensive and a lot of very intensive, especially for an iMac Pro, will just choke it up. That is why they made it so professional. When people said we want a new iMac, or not a new iMac, a new professional desktop, Apple went all out on this and they just made this the full-on creature or a monster or even complete overkill if you want to call it like that. Now obviously like there's a bunch of things like the Magic Trackpad, as I said, and it's very, very helpful that you're able to get like a super powerful computer to do like all the stuff you want to do on it. It's very, very powerful. You get okay, I'll say an example. Like the highest you can get is an 18-core CPU or 18-core iMac Pro with 128 gigs of RAM and 6 cores of GPUs, Vega GPUs, which is very, very powerful, even on the gaming department and even on like just regular usage. If you want the base model, it'll come with 8 cores, which is nice. I think 16 gigs of RAM, yes. And I think 4 gigs of Vega GPU RAMs. Don't quote me on that. If I'm wrong, please correct me if you can, or you can go check on Apple's website for further information if I'm wrong. But yes, people are really happy about this, and now there's reasons why people still like the iMac Pro. It's like that professionals value about an iMac Pro in general. It's perfectly quietly, it doesn't make any sort of like noise, there's no fan inside, or there is, but what's nice about this, I think there is a fan, but the blades are variably spaced, and also like it's perfectly quiet, so makes no noise to interrupt you during your work if you really don't like the sound of a computer running. I'm not sure if it gets warm or not, but the I/O is also really nice. You get 3 standard USB 3.0 ports, which is nice, so if you want to like plug in a camera or plug in like syncing your computer or something like a phone or something like that, you can do that. There's obviously your headphone jack, your the air vent for the fan, there's 4 Thunderbolt 3 USB-C ports, which are nice because USB-C is now the future, and obviously get your 10 gigabit Ethernet also, and those are all the I/O as far as I remember on it, and obviously get your air vent, as I said, for the fan and everything. Now, obviously, like there's a few upgraded things, like such as the new webcam that's built into it, which is nice. Magic trackpad you can buy as a separate accessory if you really want it. Also, like the SSD obviously is super fast. I think you need like 3 gigs read and write speed, which is really fast. So data will be going up and down, around really quickly, which is nice. So if you want to maybe get something really fast, I suggest going for the iMac Pro. The only issue is that it is super expensive, and if you really want a really good quality iMac Pro, but not waste too much money and get the cheapest version, go for the entry level, like an 8-core and the 16 gigs of RAM. That's more than enough for any just average person. But if you want to maybe spend a little bit more, or maybe do more graphic intensive stuff, or maybe do more video editing, raw frames, pushing them around, doing high quality video editing and all that, maybe go for the 18-core or the 14-core. But as I said, if you guys want the 18 or the 14 core, or in other words the highest end of what's available in the iMac Pro configuration line, you'll have to wait probably like later this month because so many people are buying it. But if you want like the entry like an 8 or a 10 core, you can get it, as far as I know, like straight from Apple. You can just order right now or go to the Apple store, buy it, and that's really it. So yeah, I don't have an iMac Pro with me at the moment, but people say like it's a really good machine, it's really helpful, and just sits perfectly quiet on your desk. I'm sorry if this video is like really short. If it is even short, I'm not used to making videos. I haven't done it in a very long time, but as far as I know, like an iMac Pro is, as I said, is great. Really, really powerful. It can be good. It can be used as a gaming PC if you really, or a gaming computer if you really want it to be like that. But you can do that on this time like really well because it is doing really well with like the GPUs. There's a lot of gigabytes of RAM on the GPU side. CPUs really, there's a lot of them is really high and everything. So you also get a 2 terabyte SSD, or you can get, which is a base model. You can go for a 4 terabyte SSD, which is nice, so you can store all your videos on it, store all your creative work on there, and all the stuff that you need. What's also nice is on Apple's website, you guys can also have a look if you go check on the iMac Pro section, is since they made it so powerful, you're even able to like create your own VR worlds and all these, like you can actually create your own VR simulation worlds and everything like that. So if you that creative and all that, so as I said, if you want to do a lot of like motion, you're doing a lot of graphic intensive, adding a lot of animations, videos, a lot of rendering, video rendering, and doing rendering constantly. And as I said, it'll be a lot faster. Things will be a lot faster, and in fact, you don't even like if you're doing a lot of like color corrections and in editing softwares, you're doing a lot of adding a lot of clips and adding a lot of stuff that'll like choke up a normal, regular computer or iMac. This one you can like do at about 60 FPS, maybe even higher, or you might drop maybe like a few frames, or if nothing at all, to be honest. I'm really happy about the fact that Apple has done something like this. People have been really happy with the fact that they've got an iMac Pro. Obviously, like, you can, if my review's not good enough, I don't really want to know about it. Just this, like, MKBHD, I'll put his video in the description so you guys can have a look maybe if you want to go watch that. Because he's got probably the available configurations and everything. So also this on synthetic benchmarks, that is a thing where it calculates the power and everything. Really powerful. I think the GPU or the CPU is 37,000 points, which is nuts. But obviously I'm not too accurate with that one, so you guys can have a look like on the internet or watch a video about what the Geekbench and the benchmarks are and how powerful it really is. So yeah, that is why the reason people buy an iMac Pro. It'll also look really nice, and obviously it looks so appealing. Like, you always want to you can't not show it off in like a video or a picture or something like that. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. I'm sorry if it's really short. I'm really sorry if I'm not good with this for a while, or good with videos for a while. I haven't made a video in such a long time, but yeah, I hope this is going to kick us back off to a great start with 2018's videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!